Hello. During my job, I had to participate in replacing the entire network infrastructure of our company. This meant plugging hundreds of devices into new switches. The only tool I had to assist me was an SSH terminal and Windows MMC, which had no search feature, meaning our Windows admins bore the unenviable burden of eyeballing MAC addresses amidst lists of hundreds. I generally like to work from the terminal where it makes sense, which is the majority of the time, so I got to work on a PowerShell script. ChatGPT didn't exist when I wrote this, and to say I struggled is an understatement. Here are some of the skill issues I encountered in this trivial example. In appears to be a keyword, but other invariant keywords or operators appear to demand a hyphen when it tickles their fancy, such as here or here. You need to pass parameters with their names included, such as over here in this select string Cmdlet. I still don't know what a Cmdlet is. Let's check it out. What's a Cmdlet? Here we go, Cmdlet overview from Microsoft. Return a Microsoft.NET object. Cool, cool. So, it would appear that Mr. Gates has blessed my terminal with OOP, but hey, at least .NET is cross-platform. I wonder which Cmdlet is being executed here, or here, or here, or here. But anyways, I'm exaggerating. PowerShell is pretty based, actually. For each loops, we'll crash your script if the opening brace isn't on the same line. If it's good enough for the Linux kernel, it's good enough for me. Anyways, the scope of this project grew larger than the amount of PowerShell I was willing to subject my feeble mind to. How hard could it be, I pondered. Well, a lot of PowerShell commandlets, Cmdlets, commandlets, I don't know. A lot of PowerShell commandlets map more or less one-to-one to WinAPI function calls. Here are the Cmdlets for fetching DHCP data. If you don't know what DHCP is, it stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and a DHCP server is a central repository in the network that manages and distributes IP addresses. More specifically, it dictates which device unique MAC addresses map to which IP addresses. Critically beneficial information for rewiring network infrastructure. With that exposition concluded, let's examine the equivalent C code. We've gone from 2 Cmdlets to a single WinAPI function call. The rest of this code is wrangling WinAPI typedef hell into a desirable format for the way I want to process it. This project contains about 10 to 20 times the amount of code, but has far more advanced features. It also has about 5% of the RAM usage, ignoring a memory leak I highly suspect is Microsoft's fault. The project as a whole has gone far beyond a one-to-one comparison, as I've added many features, but the moral of the story is, I wish I still had the hard drive space on my work computer for Visual Studio. Have a lovely day. Thanks for listening.